Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
No.
Oh, hello.
No.
I guess it's good to know that my audio is working. That was unintentional this time. We figured out what was going on. It was my mic giving me an issue and buzzing out and zapping me and causing issues. Um, so yeah, we have we have Valorant here. I was going through some of my games and things, just like doing computer spring cleaning, because I came back from helping my brother move, which we could talk about here in just a minute. But I found Valorant. Apparently, there was a point in time in my life where I wanted to play Valorant. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was from me watching um, Game Rings Presents. Oh, there's some old like machinima style show on YouTube. I think it's just called Game Rings, but they sit down and they do a bunch of stuff. Oh, I'm in. Oh, I was in queue. They do a they do a bunch of stuff where they show off funny, weird things happening in games. Sometimes cool things that happen in video games. If you submit a clip. Um, so yeah, I was sitting down watching them. I think that's where I remembered that I had played Valorant in the past. Um, so here we are, we're playing Valorant. Apparently, I had it still downloaded. That's what I'm surprised about, and I think even more surprisingly, I had it was up to date. I don't even know how it was up to date. I have not seen this thing turn on in I probably haven't played Valorant in goodness, like 2 years maybe? I don't even honestly remember. But it's up to date and I still had it downloaded. I figured I'd give it a shot. It's very much in the same vein. I was going to do competitive. It was going to be this was going to be our start to the day competitive, kind of like start out strong, start out with something that's action packed. Just kind of get the blood flowing. Um, but you have to be level 20 to sit down and even attempt competitive, which I definitely will not be good at because typically, if you want to be at least somewhat good at this kind of game competitively, you have to definitely use your microphone. It's not like Apex where you can sit down and like kind of get a good idea up through gold rank, about like how to play and the strategy that your team might have. Valorant is very, very much different. In many cases, you have to sit down. I just heard my microphone buzz at me. Better not be buzzing at me. Better not be buzzing at me, microphone. Microphone. No, it's working. All right. Well, all right. So hopefully we can even get to hopefully you can even get to it, man, because that's probably not gonna happen. But anyway. Oh yeah. So today today I had to go help my brother move to his new house. I was like kind of excited about it. I was a little upset because last night I was told by my parents that all the people that were supposedly coming to help him out all bailed on my brother, and so it was basically just me and my other brother who had to sit and go help him out to get him all sat and moved. But that just kind of upset me last night. But we show up, and the mom of my brother's wife's side of the family showed up, and they just started like helping out, And so it was just kind of really weird because it's like I thought we didn't have anybody coming by or anything, But apparently we had plenty of people there. One way or another, though, it was upsetting because it's like, can we please get a little bit of help with this? Like, ugh. So we had to go and move a bunch of stuff, and it was quite upsetting. I think the thing that upset me the most, above all else, was that Oh. Oh. Got him. Oh, oh! Okay. That was close. The thing I got the most upset about is that we were just kind of hanging around because we didn't know that anybody was coming to help initially. So we sat and started hanging out with my brother's cat, and it was like being really nice and like very friendly at first. We just kind of like sat down and just petting it and having a good time, but then the cat kind of just sat there and was like, all right, I'm going to jump up on the windowsill. And I was like, you shouldn't do that because this is an apartment that they're not supposed to really necessarily have, you know, pets. And so I was like, I'm going to like sit and, you know, tear this thing down because it can't be up on the windowsill. It eventually jumps off and I'm like, I should sit down and like hold the thing because like we don't want to jump back up on the windowsill. So I sit down and I start holding it, and it immediately goes from friendly to just like being the absolute most upsetting thing on the planet. And I was just like, what is your problem? You know, like, you were just so friendly and happy just a second ago, and I'm not like holding it weird or anything, you know? So I kind of just like sit back and I'm like, this is wild, you know? Like, you would think that, Cat would be at least somewhat cool with it, but guess not. So I started getting all mad at me, and I was like, what's your problem? Started hissing at me. And it was like underneath my chin. So there was also this moment where I was like, I think this thing's gonna start batting at my, you know, jugular or something, man. And I was getting like, I was getting really scared for a second. But, and then I was just like, fine, I'll just let you go. And so, like, I hold it, and I'm, like, trying to just, like, letting it out of my lap, you know? But it's like, scratching at my arm and jumps off my arm and does this wild maneuver. Oh, what was that guy? It does this, like, wild maneuver and, like, runs off into the closet and just starts hiding in the closet. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, does my brother teach it, like, never be held or something? Like... Oh, it really was just one of those things where I was like, what are we doing here, man? What is this nonsense? So, for me, I was really upset because I was like, dude, what are you doing to this cat that it doesn't want to be held? It'll be so friendly otherwise, but it just does not want to be held? Are you kidding me, you know? So, for a hot minute, I was just kind of like, dude, this is upsetting. But then then his wife's family eventually showed up. I gotta remember to sit and buy stuff for my abilities. But my wife's family finally eventually showed up, and we started moving stuff. And I am incredibly out of. I'm incredibly out of shape, man. I think that was the biggest thing about the whole situation. Oh, I forgot. You have to like angle your shots down with the Phantom to like the bottom left, because if you do anything more than like 2 or 3 shots, it kicks up to the top right. We started with the big stuff because you got to get the big stuff like on the ground and like in the back of the moving van, and I'm apparently a lot fatter than I thought I was because we moved the bed, and it wasn't like this. It wasn't just this like, oh, it's a wooden frame or whatever kind of bed. It's this like big, you know, crazy. I don't even know what you would call it, like smart bed kind of thing almost, you know. And so I just it's like 3 or 4 times heavier than any other normal kind of bed. And I'm sitting there on the one side, just like huffing it up and down these stairs, right? And we finally got it there, you know, but it's just, ugh. It's just so upsetting because it's like, gosh dang it. They're going on this side again.
You will not kill my allies.
Watch him pop this corner. Is a bad spot to be. And so after that, I'm like, okay, I'm still doing good. I still got energy in me, you know. And then we sit down and we start moving like all the dressers and stuff. And I'm just like, oh man. And after his bed and the dressers, which, oh gosh dang it. What? How did he get? Oh, he was hiding around the corner. Gosh dang it. They knew I was gonna go start trying to smoke him out. So by the end of that, I was just exhausted. I was sitting on the little step up that you have on those like U-Haul mover vans, and it like today was like the hottest day that it's been in like years too. So here I am sweating it out, feeling like I'm gonna die, and then I also have to deal with the fact that like I'm moving all this heavy stuff, you know. So, it's just really killed me inside today. And so I was just like sitting there, and for like the next 2-3 hours, I was just like out of commission, more or less. You know? Oh, why did my gun just get dropped? So I was just out of commission. I felt so bad because I was just like sitting there doing nothing, you know? But it just ended up being problematic, right? And then I finally found out that they had bought water. Ah, gosh dang it! I finally had found out that they bought water, and so like I sat and was just chugging this water most of the time, and I'm all shaken by that point. Like my legs are shaking, my arms are all shaking, you know, and just like trying to move one small box at a time, and oh, it was quite the ordeal. And then we found out that not nearly as many people bounced on him as we thought. And so there actually was like a lot of people that were willing to go help him out at his house. And so he's all like, we don't need you to like come and help out at the house and like move stuff from the U-Haul into the house. And I'm just like, okay, I don't understand, right? Like, you don't need help with the U-Haul stuff? And it's like, yeah, no, we don't need help with the U-Haul, right? And I'm just like, okay, man, you know? And so it felt really weird, because what do you do with that, right? And by that point I was dead anyway, so I was just like, fine. Don't need help with the U-Haul, that's fine. Do what you need to do, right? I look away for half a second, and the guy comes around the corner. That's so upsetting. I think this is why I haven't gone back to play the game in quite some time, because it's just because of this kind of stuff where it's like you look away for just a half second and somebody pops around the corner and snaps you, man. I need to conserve. I need to conserve my points because we are losing big time, and it's probably because I'm just doing terrible and I am not really doing much. You know, I don't know. We'll surrender this time. I want to go get into a different match, just because I really started that one off poor, and I don't even know if I want to play as this character anyway. So, well, we'll try a different character this next round. I actually had played her probably the most out of anybody in the whole lineup, but I kind of want to sit and try somebody else because I was playing Brimstone like at the very beginning of the game when I sat down and started playing it initially. So hopefully that'll work out. But yeah, so that was my day. I really honestly thought I wasn't going to be able to stream today. I really 100% honestly thought I wasn't going to be able to stream because the first thing was when we moved him from apartment to apartment, it took all day. Right, like I was out until like 12 o'clock at night, more or less, you know, sitting and moving him, right? And so it took literally the entire day. Um, so it was just kind of like, okay, you know. But this time it only took a couple hours, largely because he sat and did prep work to get it all set up and, you know, at least get it ready to go this time. Because last time we went, almost nothing was ready to go, and it was just like, you know. And then not to mention the fact that like he at least claimed that he had a lot of items already like moved over to the house that they had been moving periodically with their smaller cars over the last couple weeks. Part of me doesn't believe that. Part of me doesn't want to believe that just because it's like there were so many. It felt like his entire apartment was there. It really just did. It just felt like his entire apartment was sitting there. Um, so I just didn't really know what we were gonna do with that. But it worked out in the end. We were able to sit and get it all done. Me and my brother, who helped out, went to Cane's to go get some dinner, which apparently has gotten pretty expensive. We got just their standard plate or whatever it is. And it's, I think, like 4 chicken strips, some fries, and a slice of bread. And then the sauce, of course. But it was like $10 for all of that, right? Like, and I know there's places that are probably worse, but there was just like a hot minute where it's like, this used to be a lot cheap. This used to be like, an $8 platter or whatever, right? Or something. I haven't been in quite a while, but I remembered that it was a pretty decent deal for what you got. But Raising Cane's is just like, nah. Instead of raising Cane's, we're gonna be raising prices, which I get, because there's still probably a lot of issues from the big ouchie world event. But it happens. It happens. Nothing you can really do about it. Um, oh yeah. In any case, it seemed like it was also a pretty big car-centric day for me today too. Because me and my brother talked about cars pretty much all the way on the whole way to getting to my brother's apartment, and then pretty much talked about it the whole way back. And then YouTube has been sitting down and shoving cars in my throat, like, check out all these idiots in cars getting in accidents and stuff. And then I think like my friend brought up Tesla or something today too, and it's just like everybody wants to talk about cars today. But it's all really interesting because there's this YouTube channel that I occasionally watch. I think it's called Not Just Bikes or something to that effect. But essentially his channel is basically just like, I love bikes and I love, using bikes recreationally. So let me tell you all the reasons why cars are not really the best solution to society. And so he goes over like all this statistics and stuff about like, check it out, right? Like cars are super expensive, and then on top of that, like you have like what he was basically getting at with a lot of his stuff is that roads are usually not worth the investment that people spend on them. Um, Basically, when you get a new road, the maintenance cost is just through the roof. And then there's no good material to really use if you wanted to sit down and spend a lot of money on a road. Oh, come on. What did I got 3 body shots doing 78 damage? That was really close. But he either bought it or he stole that gun, man. Oh, he was like one shot. He was like one shot. We're gonna lose this round again too. But essentially, there's no good material to make a road, and so you have to use asphalt because it's the cheapest thing, while also being the most like accessible thing, more or less. And so, because it's so cheap and because it breaks fairly easily on some level, you have to just accept the fact that it's going to have maintenance costs, and its maintenance costs, again, are higher than typically what you get out of it. So a lot of cities, and what's been happening to a lot of cities, is they'll go bankrupt because they'll sit and spend money and they'll get like grants to do building things. I need to get that off. So they'll get grants to sit and do building for new roads and things. Oh, these guys are just sweeping the floor.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Hey, there's one, finally. Oh, no way! I did still get the body shot, though. Oh, she's stepping in the fire just to spite me. Um, so what they'll do is they'll get a bunch of new roads and they'll go out and build a bunch of new roads because they get a lot of money for those new roads. And so they have like two options, and it's basically sit down and deal with this new road that you're building or repair the old roads. And so they will typically they'll get the money to build the new roads and they'll build them as cheap as possible. And then when they sit down and they build the new roads and they make them so cheap, they sit down and use the rest of their money to repair old stuff. Oh. Hopefully that stopped their progression. Yeah, it stopped their progression. And so, are you kidding? Wait, was that our team? Was that our team? I think that was our team that just won. Yeah, wait, that was our team. Yeah, okay. All right. And so a lot of cities are basically just going bankrupt because they'll build so many roads and so many more roads, and they need to like keep trying to get bigger and bigger, payouts on these roads. And it just becomes less and less capable of them being able to do something like that. And so they gotta just sit down and go, well, I guess we're just said and done with that then, And then they go bankrupt, and then it's like, well, now what do we do? Now we got all these roads that we can't pay for. And now we have all this infrastructure and new projects that we also can't pay for, and that's causing some problems, And so it's just kind of interesting to see how building for the sake of cars and building these roads for the sake of cars causes all these problems, Not that I have a problem against cars. I think cars are really cool. But he was just going over the logistics of like how a lot of people are sitting down and I heard him too. A lot of people are sitting down and going bankrupt just because they think this is a great solution. Let's go build some more roads and then we'll get some more money and we'll be able to use that money for something. And it's like, you're not going to be able to use that money for anything, And it's just this like recurring circle of just bad decisions, essentially. And then once the city goes bankrupt, then they can't do anything, and then other projects get shut down because the city went bankrupt, and so there's all these problems with it. And then the worst thing that he was trying to like get across too is that some of these roads and things also aren't good decisions because they don't even solve the thing that they're attempting to solve, which is to make traffic better. There we go.
Down A. One enemy remaining.
Spike spotted A.
Oh, is there not somebody hiding over there anymore? What was that ability? Was that my fault? Was that my deal that I got flashed like that? So long story short, it is just kind of interesting because you kind of sit back and go, oh, actually, there's quite a bit of problems with having cars. Oh, the reason it doesn't solve traffic is because if you make more lanes available, it just gives cars more places to sit in those lanes. So you'll have a bunch of places where people are trying to sit and essentially drive. Ah. Oh, no way! Ah, I got one of them, though. So it doesn't even solve traffic. And it's because if you make a road wider and more accessible, more people want to drive on that road. Because more people want to drive on that road, then it just increases the capacity further than what people have been trying to sit down and set it up for. And kind of defeats the purpose of widening the road. And so you just have all these problems kind of like start to rear their head with that regard. And it's just kind of a very interesting thing to sit down and consider, I think. And I don't know. I just think it's a really cool kind of thing. I think it's a channel you guys should check out. I think it's called Not Just Bikes. It is a little new agey, and the guy definitely has quite a bias, but I think he has a lot of interesting, like, information about how cities operate, at least especially with how cars operate within that city.
No more doubts.
So I think it's something that's really kind of interesting at the end of the day, but something I thought I would mention. I also have had the chance to sit down and play. Y'all play like y'all AFK. Yeah, because I have never claimed to be good at video games. I mean, I am better than the average bear at video games, but I am super not like high-end competitive, which is why I always put in the title like low-tier competitive, you know.
Enemy spotted mid. One down. There.
What's happening? Are they all still mid?
One enemy remaining.
Where? I'm just concentrating so hard
30
right now.
seconds left.
I almost never have the opportunity to play with the sniper rifle,
Spike planted.
so I always try my best to sit and try not to die with it, because especially if you die with it, then the enemy team can just sit and pick it up. And let's just say it's quite frustrating.
Last player standing.
Oh! Oh! Is a D. What are you talking about? Like base D? There's only 3 bases. Man, y'all lose one match and you start losing heart. We're winning. I don't know why you want to surrender. A-holes. Yeah, I don't play the game. I'm not good at the game. It's just whatever. It happens. It happens. But anyway. I also had the chance today to sit down and watch at least the first episode of Spy X Family. Again, I don't know if a lot of you guys are really interested in anime, but I was talking a lot about Hulu the other day because I found a code. Apparently it expired back in 2016, which makes sense, but honestly. So I was looking around Hulu and I saw on there that like they had Spy X Family, and then I was like, ah, well, you know. But I didn't want to watch it on Hulu. Oh, sorry, it's a Crunchyroll exclusive. I didn't see it on there. I went to Hulu, started looking through their anime. I hate the kickback on this. I get that it's part of the gameplay and everything, but...
You will not kill my ally.
Anyway, I was on Hulu, I was looking through the anime, and I was like, ah, it's whatever, I don't really I don't want to pay for Hulu, you know. There's nothing on here that I really care about. And so I went to Funimation because I wanted to see if or when they were ever going to sit and have a Demon Slayer available just to people who want to watch ads. Like, that's a crazy thing. So sat down and tried to look for that, but there we go. Oh, they went. They went in front of me. But apparently that's not free yet. That's why I was like, And that's when I went to Crunchyroll to just double check on Crunchyroll, and it was not free on Crunchyroll. And then they had Spy X Family on there, and everyone's been talking about Anya, the cute little girl that everyone's all like, whoa, she's so cute and amazing. What an incredible daughter, whoa. You know. And so, I don't know, I've just kind of been sitting back going like, alright, you know. Oh, that was kind of close. Almost got the body shot on it. So I watched episode 1 today. I thought I wasn't gonna like it because I found out that it wasn't that they were in a spy situation, it's that the main protagonist, gentleman, is a spy. And so I was just kinda like, you know. Right, like, it's not an A, he's at B. So I thought that it was like just, oh, they get swept into a spy situation. Turns out that they are spies, or at least the guy is a spy. And so I thought that I really wasn't gonna like it for quite some time. But I watched the first episode and I was like, you know what, the little girl is cute and it is kind of a fun show, and I don't know. I guess I'll sit down. And play it. Why not? You know. Or well, play it. Yeah, play it and watch it. You know. So I sat down and watched it, and I was like, ooh, you know, it's cute. It's fun. What are you popping at me for?
Launching smoke.
That's 2 at A. This game requires so much Twitch capabilities and skills, which I'm just not that great at the end of the day. I think the best game I had, I got like 4 kills in a row, and I almost got the ace. I don't even know how I killed that. I didn't even barely see him. I just saw the little red kind of hit on the side, and I was like, might as well shoot. So I thought it's really cute. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sit down and watch the rest of it, or the rest of what I can, because most of it's behind premium. Ugh. But you know what? I might sit down and buy the premium. I'll have to wait until it goes on sale, and just sit and watch anime for a month on Crunchyroll or Funimation or something. Because it is kind of annoying that they sit back and they just expect it to be that way, you know. Whoa. No! Why did she rush through her smoke? Why? Didn't even give me a chance to try and sit down and put my fire thing down. Nice. Nice. Alright, what's it gonna be? We gonna win? Nope. Most likely not. A bomb's gonna. Oh, it does flash you if you shoot at it. What? Okay, but if you look around, you don't get hit by it. All right, I don't honestly know if I'm gonna be playing Valorant very much. There's a reason I stopped playing it. back in the olden days.
Thank you.
What's a shorty? I guess. There's a reason I stopped sitting down and playing Valorant. It's just so hard, and I know it's like, oh, but it's like skill for like aiming and stuff, and it's like, no, it's just about preemptive thoughts.
Who's next?
Oh, for Pete's sakes, it was the same person! My teammate was not helping with crossfire. Gosh dang it, whatever. We're winning 7-4. I don't care anymore. I'm just doing terrible as all. I'm in I'm in third place. It's that guy at 19 kills. He's just leading the pack with our team, it seems. Oh, that's a shame.
Last player standing.
Oh man, this is a crazy game.
Standing ahead.
It's apparently a lot like CS:GO, which a lot of people love and is very competitive. But I don't know.
You will not kill my allies.
I also think it's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, they were walking in a straight line. They were walking in a straight line, Animal. Come on.
Switching sides.
Come on. Dude, we are winning! Stop! What is your issue? Goodness. Surrender vote failed. Duh. We're winning. What a negative Nancy, man. I think I'll try to go center so that I can...
Out of charges.
So I can try to go to that crossroads with Midwood. Four, three, two, one.
Launching smoke.
Oh, he went with it.
Right here.
Oh, what? I want to see a replay. I also hate that about this game too. There's no replays. There's no like. There might be like post-game replays or something where you watch the match from as a spectator or something, but that's just obnoxious. He popped out of there and shot me in the head immediately. Get out of here, man. They gotta turn that off after some point. It's just so annoying. I've always had good luck with the Guardian. You know? So I don't know. Maybe I should sit and try it at least.
You know what to do.
Hello. Hi.
Smoke down. Right here.
Yeah. Let's go help him out so he doesn't die. Hopefully. I don't get him killed. Oh, of course. Oh man, I should have honestly just put my thing on the bomb, the spike, what they call it. Sorry, I'm really losing faith in this game. This game is just not just this game, like this game. I'm kind of just losing faith in how I feel about Valorant Just completely. I don't know. I don't know. I think we're gonna call it a day after this match. We've only done like what, 2, maybe 3-ish matches at this
Safety's
point.
off.
You know.
Smoke's down.
Still in sight.
Yeah. Oh. Almost got him. Dude, their team is just steamrolling our team. At this point now. How many do they have to get to? 13, I think. It's just, and then that's the other thing too. Games in Valorant are super long. Again, we're already at 41 minutes, and oh, it's just really starting to. It's just really starting to sink in. Ooh, good on ya. No, he could have pulled it back. No. Probably not. Who knows?
Deep breaths, everyone. Your hearts.
I have 0 points. I should just let's just do Marshall and try to do that snipe zone. I know it's not gonna work out too well, but I might as well try. I'm gonna try and get to that ace, which I don't think it's gonna be a good decision though.
Launching smoke. Molly.
Let's see, they're trying to go for it. I cannot believe I missed the first shot. Oh my gosh. Why did I go for the... Oh, I'm just done with Valorant. I don't know if we're even gonna try and play Valorant. Get out of here, Sage! I don't want to hear it! I'm done for the day. I'm done with it! It's just putting me in a bad mood. An even worse mood, I guess, if you will. Because I am still super tired, man. My arms just still feel crazy. And I had to sit down and put a bunch of goo all over my body, all over my big body, to try and stop the burning from being out in the sun all day. There isn't really much of a difference, is there? First shot spread and tracers not visible to enemy firing rounds can be heard at distances. Not like it's gonna matter. It's really like it's not like it's gonna matter, man.
Smoke's down.
He got me. Man, see, I barely did anything to him. I got a leg shot and a body shot. Barely got a headshot on me. Whatever. This is even worse than Siege. It's even worse than Siege. Oh man, this is what I get for sitting down and trying to play a game that I haven't played in, what, years? And on top of that, it's not even a game that I really overly care for because I haven't played it in years. Oh man, I got the clutch though. How are we still winning? Maybe I just haven't been paying any amount of attention, man.
And I need a return.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, that's probably why I normally use the Guardian. Because it's expensive, but it's very effective, I feel. Do you guys not want to try, like, B, maybe? I mean... They know that we're gonna try A again. It's not like it's a secret that they know we're gonna try it.
Open up the sky.
Enemy defender spawn.
Plus, I'm running out of things to talk about because I'm concentrating way too hard. Got one. Oh, what the heck? That was just a fluke. That was just a fluke. With the headshot.
Ruin their
I didn't, come on. Come on now, game. I didn't even try. I was just panicking. Come on, game. I was just panicking. That's a, oh, it looks even cooler when you try to look at it close up. That's the thing I think is a little annoying. Valorant does have a lot of really cool design to it, which I think is really interesting, but it's kind of whatever. It's kind of whatever. I don't know if I'm going to uninstall it, Valorant, but I feel like I'm definitely not going to... I feel like I'm definitely not going to play it.
Get out of my way.
Got a grudge match or something? Like, goodness.
One enemy remaining.
Got him! Round winning kill again. Let's go. You know, especially if I win, I think we're gonna call it a day on this because it's just dragging. This is just dragging. Ah! I honestly don't know what to talk about. I watched an Old Spice ad, which I feel like I haven't seen in... I'm not going to say years, but I definitely haven't seen an Old Spice ad in quite some time. Which was kind of on some level upsetting, because Old Spice ads used to be like the pinnacle of ads back in the day, you know? And now they're just kind of nothing. What is that? What was that effect?
Spike down A.
Hey!
Nowhere to run.
Oh, come on. Man, I hate everybody. I hate all of this. I hate all of these people. Gah!
Stay in range of my stick.
Oh man, this one's gonna be hard. Really honestly don't know what to do. I really honestly don't know what to do. Well, I have 5,000. I could buy operator. YOLO, YOLO. Do you guys remember YOLO?
Together.
I'm an oldie. I'm an old man. I'm an old man. YOLO. It's been... Oh!
Launching smoke.
I'm not fighting that right now. She got a body shot without even trying.
Reloading. Standing ahead.
Is she gonna go around the back end, or is she gonna try and get me through center? Say, why is... There's nobody to res. Oh! Oh! Come on! No, Sage, why? Sage, please. Oh, here we go.
Remaining.
Get out of there.
Last player.
Ah! So we have to win one more match. Guys, I don't know. I'm just really feeling bummed out. I'm just really feeling bummed out playing this. I'm really feeling bummed out. Now, let's do the Marshall. I'm not going to be effective this round anyway. So,
Together.
Launching smoke.
what does that do? I don't even know. This is just a worse version of Overwatch. And Overwatch is the worst version of Overwatch.
One enemy remaining.
Finally! Ugh! Ugh! Victory. Whatever. It doesn't. It's meaningless. It's an empty victory. I don't care. That round took forever. It's 51 minutes into playing this. All right, guys. I'm sorry. This was a mistake. That was a mistake. I do feel bad. That was a mistake. I probably should have played a different game. Because I just don't care. I just don't care about Valorant, people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think to make up for it, I might sit down and just play Apex, so we could do some Apex a little bit, guys. Oof. That not that made me feel so empty. Like I didn't even know what to talk about that whole time because I was just stressing and I was just putting all the just putting all my effort into just trying just a little bit to remember how to play the game. Um, ugh, man, man, Valorant. Yeah, and also it makes me want to sit and download Overwatch now, even though I kind of don't, because they're having their own little debacle right now. They're having their own little situation. But anyway, I'm gonna stand up and take a break. We're gonna be back. I'm gonna just start a new stream after this, so no worries. I think we're gonna go ahead and just jump into Apex. Um, I just like Apex a little bit more. Out of all the free-to-play shooters, out of honestly even all of the shooters, I feel like Apex is one of the funner ones. And I feel like part of the reason is because they have a lot of mobility in Apex. You don't really feel like you're locked. Because, like, in Valorant, right, like, that I was just playing, you get hit with a bullet and you just stop moving, And it's like, I get it. It's supposed to be, like, realistic. It's supposed to be like, if you got shot by a bullet in real life, even if you had, like, body armor or some cool something, you wouldn't be able to just walk away from it or whatever. You'd be kind of standing in place like, oh man, just got shot. But it's like, I don't know. Gameplay wise, I think it's very annoying because it's like, you just have to stand there and watch as the person guns you down, and there's just something about it that I hate. I like the cat and mouse a little bit more with Apex, I guess. I feel like there's a little bit more strategy that you can put into positioning and that you can put into your abilities, I feel like at the end of the day. I know that you definitely can use your abilities in wild ways with Valorant, but it's just so much. It's just so much for me, man. It's the kind of game I feel like I would have to sit down and like watch like YouTube videos about like here's what you do with this hero and character or whatever, and like you got to position this way, and like here's the meta, and if you use this ability in this one hyper specific like angle, then you'll be able to kill somebody in this very specific way, and like, or you can like put your smoke down this way and it'll like cut off visuals from here and here and here, and like I feel like it's that kind of thing where it's like it you know what I mean? So I don't know. Not that I don't have fun with Valorant. I definitely have had fun with Valorant. I remember having fun with Valorant at some point, but it's just not doing it for me, guys. I'm sorry. We're probably not coming back to Valorant ever again. I was so stressed out the whole time. I felt like I couldn't talk about anything the whole time. I just, ugh, I really didn't. I really just didn't. I didn't. Ugh, ugh. We're gonna we're gonna go ahead and end the stream. Not the whole stream. We're just ending this segment. We're ending this segment here. I am gonna go ahead and jump into Apex with this. Again, I like to put a little bit of pressure on if you haven't had a chance to stand up, walk around to get a drink. Now is a pretty good time to do that. Um, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and stand up, walk around to get a drink of water. Um, Reflect on my life choices with playing Valorant, and then jump back in and start playing some Apex or something. Um, but those are the two things, along with sleep, that I really like to put pressure on. So I always like to give a little bit of a reminder about that. Halfway through the stream and then at the end of the stream. So stick around. We will be back. I will be playing some Apex. I we could talk about it. We could talk about it when I get back. Once I have a chance to walk around and let my head just air out for a minute, then I think we'll be back on track. I think we'll have a much better mind going forward. But stick with us. We'll be back.